Okay, this is the Bright Queen, Queen Sensitivity, also known as Jabria, and today I will be sharing some things. So it's gonna be more like a tea time. I have a cup here. This is not tea. It's hot water and lemon juice. But yeah, this is gonna be like, it's very like unstructured. Because there's like a couple of things I've been wanting to do, but whenever I like have tried to like, not tried, I have like written down and like planned out in order how I was gonna do everything. Every time I do that, like try to organize it, something happens that shifts my energy like out of like being in a space where I can do that. And so I'm just gonna go with it. One thing I do want to say first is like, oh my God, can you just, my feet are like on this little table thing and I'm just like, just stop making the sounds. But one thing I wanted to say was, like, I was like upset the other day and I was like, oh my gosh, I've been on YouTube for like 4 years now, you know? And I'm like, I don't even have 1,000 subscribers. I was like, there's like nothing I've gotten from this. And then I was like, oh yeah, like I have my friends, like I have people I've met through this. And one of them's like still one of my good friends, probably like my closest friend. And I was like, oh, that's nice. But something I was thinking about as me and him have been like talking about these different things, because both of us are artists in our own way. Like this is an art form, this is work, and we were talking about how like people want to see like a certain type of like image or person, and like how neither of us fit into those categories. And I always think about like, I used to get so frustrated with myself because I can never be just one thing. Like I don't think I've ever seen anybody's channel that's like mine. I never have, where it's like, here is a bit of these bowl sounds that I made with my Tibetan bowl. And then here's some tarot card readings that are pick a cards. And here's some non-pick a cards. And here's some energy updates. And then here's some stuff about my dreams. And then here's this other thing. And then here's this conversation that I had with this other person. I also did this podcast episode with someone one time on here. It's just like, here you go. But I'm like, it's all like spiritual. It's just that like what do you mean by spirituality? Like, what do you mean? And something I want to talk about, oh my gosh, I didn't even think I was going to talk about this stuff. This is how you know. It's like, this is just unplanned, off the cuff. And this is how my life happens. This is how the magic unfolds in my life. It's very much unscripted. It's not consistent at all. Well, it's consistent in the way that it's like every day there's like something, but in terms of like in a timely manner that's very organized, and like every day at 10 a.m. I'm gonna release this video, and like every week I'm gonna make sure to upload something. Sometimes I go months without posting anything, but I remember, this is important because I'm saying it now, so it must be important. But one of the most initial like magical experiences I had after starting my channel. Kitty, the door is closed, my love. It's closed. You want me to open it? He's sick of me already. He's like, this girl. But anyways, I had an Instagram at first with my YouTube channel. Not at first, like a couple of months after, I was like, oh, people have like Instagrams with their accounts. And so I had one, and this woman reached out to me on there. I'm gonna call her T. And being connected with her like activated me a lot. And I remember I called us the treasure hunters, because every day we'd get these different messages and these different little crazy synchronicities. and I learned a lot about my gifts. Things would come online that I hadn't previously been able to do, but at the same time I knew how to do them. And I remember this frustration that she would have with like eventually she got very frustrated because we were both like not working, both trying to make this YouTube stuff work. It wasn't working. And she like kind of was giving up and was like, I'm going to, and this is just from my perspective, and these are just words in the language that I'm using, but they in no way like cover 100% ever what I'm trying to say. So just feel through my energy. But yeah, I started getting into Ramona Lappin. I remember that I got into Ramona Lappin, and then Ramona Lappin, they created the community like section where you could post things on YouTube. And so she started sharing these videos of like this monk guy, and she posted Darius. That's how Darius J. Wright, that's how I like found out about him, was through her. And I found out through her, I've said before, in a very crazy way. Like I attracted it. And then she showed like Solora Speaks, and these are people that I basically like still like am connected to today. And so it started to get away from like the tarot cards kind of thing and into like what my friend calls the meta stuff, like the meta spirituality stuff, like flat earth and like biogeology, and how the mountains aren't what they say they are, and how like there's stuff like the water, all the things, they're poisoning us, like, you know, all those things, and how we live in a construct, you know, things like that. You know, there's beings on the other side, and it's way more than just like shit about space, because space isn't what they say it is. Hi, kitty. Okay, I gotta let him out. And it's like, it's like, whoa. And so it's like the people who like were viewing my channel for like the pick a cards and stuff, it's like, what? And then for the people who view my channel for like more like meta spiritual messages, they're like, what would I like post like tarot readings and stuff? And it's all cool. I just wanted to say like, I don't think I'll ever be consistent about this, because I feel like even when I'm like in a space where I have a lot of free time, like now, like sometimes like I just need to go, like, and especially like when I have the funds, I get pulled a lot. Even now, like I'll just be called to go somewhere, and so like I can imagine like the bigger places, like the more distance I'll be guided to go, with the material funds to match it. So I'm just like, but then like the whole point, or what the point is now anyways with my channel, because it initially started from like creating a safe space for myself, but always I want everything I do to be about empowerment, to empower the soul. And I won't lie, this is definitely something that I got super duper inspired by with Ramona Lappin. I've said this before, but I don't really listen to her anymore. I listen to her activations, definitely, for sure, sometimes. When I'm like super duper like overwhelmed and overstimulated, I'll listen to her activations. Because like I remember I was listening to her back when I was still in China, and I would still join her workshops and stuff. And I remember like thinking or feeling or getting the message, it's all like one thing. And it was like, okay, Jabria, if you want to be who she is like calling you to be, like empowered and like a fully sovereign soul, you can't follow her anymore. You cannot like be underneath her or anyone. You have to like be your own thing. And I can't do that if I'm still like hearing her in my head. And this is not just with her, this is with anybody that I'm like, wow, like I love their work and I love what they're doing. Because of my gifts, my talents, I have very, very good, clear, like audience. Like my hearing, my psychic hearing is insane. And I know people who have like, it's even more open for them. And I'm just like, how do you do that? And so like even me like subscribing to people or seeing their like videos, it's in my brain and I can like feel them, and it's too much. It's overwhelming. And so like I have to like unsubscribe from people that I love, and like just like go in and like manually like peek back in because it's just like it's too much. But speaking of this stuff, this is kind of like what I wanted to talk about. Speaking of empowerment, like this is what I mean. Like I don't want anybody to be relying on me on my videos to like move them or to give them permission. Of course, like if I can like be a sign or be like the message you needed to hear or be the thing that activates you and like wakes you up to yourself, hell yeah, let's do that shit. Like, but like I don't want nobody to be like every day wake up, I gotta listen to Jabria because she's gonna be the one that like gives me my instructions for the day. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's probably why like I am the way that I am. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I've been very isolated in my life, and my family is big as fuck. Like I say this, but my family is huge. We've always, like, not really too much now, but even kind of now, but it used to be like every day, like me and all my cousins load up into the car from elementary school, like 8 deep, and then 2 more were at the house and 1 being picked up from the high school, and all of us ate dinner together every day, like all the time, lots of people. But I've always just been very different from my family. Ask anybody, and like I always tell people like I went through like the years very different from a lot of people. I hated social media when I was in high school. I refused to get it. I never forget, I was in 9th grade and I was, look at me, I was in like a advanced math class. It was geometry, and it was like for year 10s or 10th graders, but I had taken it early because the system in Alabama was different from Texas, so like we were learning earlier. And anyways, and like the older people and some of the people that were in my grade were in the class, and they were talking about Snapchat. Like Snapchat had like just come out or something, and I remember thinking like, ugh, like I would never do something like that. And I remember one night, see, this is just me storytelling, so I don't need to feel any constraints of like what I can and cannot talk about. But I was just watching this testimony. I don't remember the woman's name. I'll put it in the description, but I was watching a testimony today on Darius J. Wright's page. I woke up today and they were like, because I was stressed. I was not I guess stressed, but I was worried because like yesterday I felt like I didn't do much. And I was telling like my guides, my higher self, I was like, I want to do something today. Like I want, like, show me what to do today. And they were like, you have to start your day differently. So like they were guiding me to watch this thing, and then I was guided to watch the testimony that I think I released yesterday or something, or I don't know. But she was saying these things about like how after like she found out like the truth, she understood, like it made more sense like in the past, like why she had this distaste or resistance to certain things. And then, you know, and even attraction to certain things. But I remember I didn't get Facebook until I went to college because I needed it to like get the roommate match thing, that they match your roommate based on like your Facebook or something. And it was crazy because my roommate was fucking perfect. She was like exactly like me. Well, very different, but like we were like, we're not gonna have any like boys in the room, like these little bitty ass beds, like who's gonna have sex? And it's because we were both virgins, so that's why we were saying that. But she was great. She didn't drink, I didn't drink, still don't drink. Like we didn't go to parties and shit. I think the most she'd do is like sometimes she'd have like some friends over and they'd like play a game on her laptop. Lovely things. I think I remember actually I had like a sleep paralysis, yeah, experience in that dorm my freshman year, pretty sure. Yeah. But anyways, one of the things that she mentioned in the testimony was like hating food. And when I was younger, I was always very different, but I didn't want to eat. I remember when I was younger, like I didn't like want to eat food. They had to put me on like these like boost vitamin, like protein drinks, like that old people drink when I was younger, because I didn't care about food. I would eat like plain, like uncooked noodles, or like when they made, like my family would make spaghetti, I eat it just the noodles, no sauce. Like very much, I didn't want to eat any food. And then like I was telling this friend that actually, oh, look at that. Trigger warning for anybody, like, you know, just brace yourself. But I'm not gonna get into any details, but basically I was telling my friend T that I'm not friends with anymore. I was telling her like, when I was looking back and I had this memory recall and I told her about it, and like we were both like devastated about it, and I was like, I think I kind of like understand, at least this is my understanding of it, like why that happened. Cause like I feel like I was so like still like super like high vibrational when I was younger, and like from what I wouldn't have been able to like fully like ground into this experience had I not like, I'll say been abused or like taken advantage of in a sexual manner. Because after that, I remember like eating more after that. And so like, I don't know, that's just how I see it. I love food now. It's so crazy. Like I went from that, and then I love food. I love like butter and stuff, like, oh. But anyways, yeah, it's just one of those things that when you look back, you're like, oh, like that's because that was normal. Oh, something else. I remember when I was, I think in biology in high school. Oh my God, I just remember something else. I just remember something else. In my life, these very like magical things have always happened. And one of the things is I'll be put next to someone who is like going to die soon, or like they're gonna have something like extremely like to do with death, like somebody around them, like I'll be put next to them. And in that biology class I was, I don't know if you want to look this up, but it was a huge thing happened here right around the corner, obviously because we were in the same school district. I'm trying to see if I should say this or not. They're saying I can say the name, so I'll say Cassidy Stay. You can look that up if you want, but I was her lab partner in biology in freshman year of high school, and I was on the news too because we went around her house to like give like flowers and stuff, and there was like a news van there, and I was like, she didn't come back to school that year, I don't think, but she was my lab partner. And I remember she had these cowboy boots she would wear, and on the bottom I was like, you gotta write Andy like on the bottom of the boots, because like they look like they're from Toy Story. And she lifted up her boot and she was like, already done. She'd already written Andy on the bottom, and I was like, ugh, this is my kind of language. But anyways, that's when I learned, or either in middle school, but I'm pretty sure it was that year, I think, that we have like the dominant gene for like fingers is 6 fingers. The recessive gene is 5 fingers. And I remembered like one of my cousins was born with 6 fingers, but it was like wonky, so they just like cut it off. And I have these crooked pinkies, and I always just thought like, what if that's like was supposed to be like 6 fingers, and like because of like what they've done, what has happened, it's these instead. So yeah, I'm gonna leave this one here because I want these to be short because I want them to upload quickly. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it here and I'm gonna start another one. I'll see you over there, baby. Thank you.